Little Chase Cobb loves playing with his toy wrestlers, shooting his bow and arrow, reading books, and creating neat things with Play-Doh.
He has been diagnosed with a form of leukodystrophy. He can't burn his acid, it makes his muscles really weak, and he can't conserve his energy. When he turned 2, he gradually quit walking.
And that syndrome actually causes Chase's body to not be able to produce enough energy for his muscles to perform the tasks that you and I perform every day. And actually, if he overexerts himself, it can actually cause his disease to progress faster. So we have to be very careful about the way we prescribe his therapy and do things to his tolerance to respect his diagnosis. But shortly after he was diagnosed with the Leigh syndrome, he also had a brainstem stroke. And so that complicated his rehab as well because he started to have a lot of tonal problems. When he was in the hospital, he was very rigid. His muscles were really stiff. It was hard to just bend him to allow him to sit in your lap. He wasn't standing and he had very little head control. So when they came home from the hospital, we initially had to treat him at home because he was just so ill and the doctors were really afraid if he went out anywhere that he was going to get very sick. So we treated him at home until his immune system built up, and now he's returned to the center, is doing really well, has regained his head control, can do some standing with some body weight support. He is doing a little bit of transitioning in and out of sitting, but his head control and his ability to sit and use his arms is probably the greatest improvement we've seen since he's come back. And that's coming a long way for him from being pretty much bedridden and not having the ability to even roll himself over. So he's a very determined little boy, and as much as we have helped him, he has really been the reason why he's come so far, because he is just very strong-willed, and it's his drive to get better and to be able to sit up that's really caused him to make the amount of progress that he has.
The Kenny Rogers Children's Center provides not only needed services, but also vital equipment needed at no direct cost to the families.
Yeah, that's really helped because, you know, Medicaid and other insurances usually do not pay for therapies like that. And with them, you know, fundraisers and stuff have helped them to be able to provide the services without having to pay for all that. I don't know what we would do because they provided him, you know, with the stander, walkers, you know, anything like that, and insurance usually does not pay for those either. So we would have to, and those, you know, like his walker was, you know, outrageous. His stander, I think it was over $4,000 there just for that.
Help Chase and the other children at the Kenny Rogers Children's Center continue their progress by calling in your pledge right now.